Welcome to Made for More podcast, where faith and personal growth converge. I'm Julia, and I'm honored to guide you on a journey of empowerment and transformation alongside our occasional co-host, Omar. We are passionate believers and advocates for unlocking your God-given full potential. Join us as we explore the intersection of faith, life, business, and relationships, igniting a fire within to embrace the truth that your life is destined for greatness. Together, we'll uncover strategies, insights, and stories that inspire and equip you to become the best version of yourself. Get ready to embark on a fulfilling quest towards personal and professional fulfillment, guided by faith and the unwavering belief that you, my friend, are made for more. You guys, I can't believe it. Where did time go? I have no idea. And I'll be very honest, there were so many times I wanted to hit the button and do a podcast episode. I had so much value or reflection or tips or strategies or life experiences or just things that I wanted to remember to come back to later that I wanted to record and put on the podcast. And I, for the life of me, just couldn't do it. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Yes, having a baby might have changed things. I think the last episode, Omar and I launched the next season, and then that was it. We're like, we're back. We just got married. Life's crazy. We just moved into home. I don't even know if we announced that we're having a baby or not in that last episode, but long story short, the baby is here. He arrived on July 17th of 2025. I had to remember what year we're in right now, but we are now in 2026 already. He's 6 months, which is, oh my goodness, a cute bundle of joy. We're so thankful for that time. And I'll just say this, I've learned, even though I wanted to do the podcast and do what I feel like is my ministry work and my way of giving back, because all the things that I'm sharing, I hope is either inspiring or motivational or helpful, depending on what the episode is about. If it's about faith, if it's about business, if it's just about life. And I've learned, though, I've had to give myself grace. So who else is in that boat where you're just like, I wanted to do this, I meant to do this, I said I would do this a year ago, or this pile of whatever is still over there and I just can't commit to it. There's grace. And there is a time whenever you also, after you give yourself the grace, after you get over the hurdle of not doing it and making that commitment, to where you just do it. You just do it. You get started. You do it messy. Y'all know that's one of my favorite things to say is just do it messy, and it can work its way out later. So I literally was like, I'm going to go and share about I felt like it was traumatic experience of bringing Elijah into this world, because it just, you go in with your plans, people have a birth plan. And I'm like, should we really call it birth plan? Because it really should be birth preference, because I can plan all these things and it doesn't go that way. That's just how life works, even in itself. And, God is a great reminder of that. You can have plans and God can come in and say, hey, I'm actually going to do something better, or I'm going to say no to that right now and take you on a different path. And you don't understand it right now, but it'll be good later, or you'll see it. You'll see all the dots connect. And that's kind of how I felt about my birthing with Elijah. I had my preferences. I wanted to do a vaginal birth. I wanted, all these things. And to have my first hospital stay be for almost a week. And I've never even had IVs poked in me before. And so that, it took them 7 times to get the IV in my body. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Is this what is it called? Forecasting or foreshadowing what's to come? And my body just would not take the Pitocin. Well, that's what it's called, right? I'm already having memory loss of what all that was. I got up to the highest level, and the highest amount was having some contractions, but not at the level that we should. And I wasn't really inducing. My inches wasn't getting much more past an inch or two. And yeah, it was just my body was stubborn. And I suffer from high blood pressure usually. So my heart rate dropped significantly through the night. Thankfully, my mom was there and was awake and noticed that the machines were beeping and people weren't really paying attention that much. And lo and behold, my sweet baby was had the umbilical cord wrapped around him, and he was like he was still under, but he was flipped. I forgot what that means whenever you're like your head's under but you're flipped the wrong way. Anyway, all that to say, they were like, we're going into a C-section like right now. And so I couldn't even wrap my mind around it. I had like 5 minutes and I was like, okay, it's happening. And, but I think back to my prayers, and I look back at, Elijah's little, book that we have. That's really cool. Cause we have like a photograph book, but we also have like a book that you can write in. And I put in there like his prayer that we would have, before he got here. And it was about just like a safe delivery, free from pain, not too much, I mean, I know Eve kind of messed that up, but at the same time, like you can still ask for, pain relief. I didn't want it to be dramatic in that way. I wanted it, to be quick. I wanted him to be healthy, of course. And so when I think about, even though it was a lot that I had to go through and I was in labor for almost 2 days, I still look at the blessing that God gave us and just how amazing he still answered the prayers. I'm like, it wasn't the way and the plan and the method I thought, but he really did answer the prayers. So God's just so good in that. That's a very short, but not short version of the story I wanted to share at some point last season when I launched the last episode. And let me give you some other life updates. So when it comes to business, I was kind of stalled out for a while, and I will say I lack motivation, but I've been one to say, if you've ever listened back to my podcast before, like motivation is fleeting. It's discipline that brings success. And so I knew that even if I wasn't motivated, I still had to be disciplined. I still had to show up. I still had to figure out what to do. So I showed up in the amount I could give, but at the same time, it just wasn't authentic to me anymore. It just wasn't sparking me anymore. It wasn't. And again, that's part of that discipline. Discipline can be mundane and boring, but if I'm not seeing the fruits of those labors in the way I want to, then it starts to become even more defeating. And so I thought, is it me or is it the tool and the vehicle I'm using? And when I really kind of pared down to it, I said, I just don't think this vehicle I'm using is no longer serving me. Just like whenever you eventually have to move into a house, when you're like, hey, this house is no longer serving me or my family, or this car, this actual vehicle is no longer serving my family. And you have to change and upgrade, or even just not even upgrade, just a lateral move, to something different. But for me, I know it was an upgrade. For me, I know it was a better. And with all that to be said, I knew I needed something that I could do still from home, help empower women, have a community, because I was missing that community aspect, have enough opportunity to make decent residual income, even if it's just $1,000 extra a month. It needed to be worth that for me and very doable and achievable. And I need to know, obviously, at the end of the day, the products work, right? Like the products do what they say they're going to do. And I, for the season of life I'm in, I felt like that was what's best. I know this industry. I know skin and beauty well. I've done well with this for over 15 years or about 15 years. So that's not hard for me to tap into and have a new vehicle, a new company to do that with. So once I thought about it and I saw this opportunity presented to me, I was like, okay, this I think is my last run. Like that's what we're calling it. This is the last hurrah. This is like, okay, this is it. I can be an old lady still talking about these products. And the really cute thing is the company is actually based here in Dallas where I'm from. And I went to this cool training and there were a lot of mature women there. And I'm like, okay, that's why this company isn't like, it is definitely exploding. And they do a lot of events, in-person events, kind of like a Mary Kay, but like a new version of that and how you can look at that, right? And I said, okay, if you see this many people in their 70s and 80s loving this product, loving this company, loving the skincare, loving the wellness, the hair care, all those things, then it has to be good. Because, who's going to want good skincare? People in their 70s and 80s, they want to see the results, right? And so I'm like, okay, this is something that tells me this is great. I'm seeing longevity here. I'm seeing no need to burn out because there's just so great systems to where like it doesn't matter if you're 20 or 80, You can do them, you can plug into them, and that's just what I love about it. You could be very brand new or you can be very seasoned. There's new things for you to learn, and then there's some great things if you're new for you to easily understand and take an action. So I love that about this company. They literally have a system that I've never used before. I've had different parts, but like, it's just different. And if you commit to 20 minutes a day with it, I really feel like you can see results. So without further ado, the new company that I am partnered with is Neora, and I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with some of the products that I would have never thought that I'd be obsessed with. Like some brain formula. I'm like, brain pills? I don't need that. Well, when you're postpartum and your brain fog is real because you're sleep deprived, like I literally went to work one day and I'm like, I can't think. Like I'm supposed to present. So for those that don't know, like I'm also a coordinator in my district for math, and I had to present to principals, and I'm like, my brain's not working, and I forgot that I missed my pills that week. They were still in the mail because I just didn't have them on auto shipment. So note to self, keep those on auto shipment on Smart Shop. And yeah, I heard somebody else talking about them, and I was like, okay, if they're that good and she just had a baby, I'll try them too. And lo and behold, she was right. Some other products like the sleep chews, this is just beyond the skincare. Like I'm obsessed with the skincare, my skin. I was already using decent skincare, y'all. And to see that my skin was able to show more results and the texture and the smoothness and the fine lines and wrinkles reducing, that tells me these products are like, boom, right? So I went beyond the skincare. If you got good skincare, what else you got for me? And the sleep chews, y'all, I take Benadryl like up to 3 or 4 even sometimes, because that's just where my allergies are at or my sleep is at. I can't do that right now because I have a new, a baby. And so otherwise I might sleep, more than I really need to. Disclaimer and quick moment of talk on this. He's actually taking a nap right now. So if you randomly hear a monitor or baby start screaming, then y'all know I keep it real. So we're just going to wrap it up and we'll figure it out. But we're doing this during his nap time right now on a beautiful snow day where daddy had to go in, at midday. So I'm doing this, as he sleeps and hoping for the best. But long story short, the sleep chews, you guys, are so good. They put you to sleep. They just relax your body, and you don't have that groggy, tired in the morning. Oh, they're heaven. I keep those on Smart Shop because I refuse to run out of those. So if you have any questions about any of the products, I would love to talk to you about them. If you're not plugged into my email system, I would love to get you there. Look at the show notes. You can get all that information. You can also just go to Julia Moore, JuliaMoore .Neora, N-E-A, nope, that's wrong, .NEORA.com. So juliamoore.neora.com. And that will get you what you need. And if you're not in my email, yes, get in there, because I do not blow people up. I don't like when people send me like 2 emails a day or even 2 emails a week. I don't do that. I send one basically for the month, maybe another one if there's like a fun surprise, like promo that I missed in the other email. And sometimes y'all even skip a month because life is busy and life is lifing. So, but I want to keep you guys plugged in those things. I also really feel like soon I'm going to have another email where I'm pouring into women on the business side. So the people that like, I want to get to that common check and I haven't yet, whether you partner with me at Neora or not, I just want to help you get there. I remember having a mentor who has passed away, Jessie Lee, who was so good about pouring into other people who weren't even in her company. And I learned so much from her. I even got the opportunity to have FaceTime or like a Zoom call with her. She was here in Dallas as well. Like I almost met up with her one time, but our schedules didn't work out. And she was just so willing to do those things. She did a team call for me. Like I sent her some products for me from one of my former companies. She went live and talked and tagged me and promoted my business. And that honestly propelled like my business forward, because she had like hundreds of people on her live. And so I got several people orders, and I love her heart for that. And I want to kind of have that Jessie Lee spirit living and going forward in me too, and giving back along the way. So I will probably start something soon to help support women in business work. And then also even in faith, your faith walk, your faith journey. I also have had great mentors show me, how do I go from like confused about the Bible to like craving the Bible, or how do I interpret like all these things that is in the word. And I'm still learning for sure, but just like even just being disciplined and being in the word, and why that's so impactful and needed, or getting a community around you to help you with those things. So I definitely will be going forward in this podcast with obviously the talking points like I'm doing right now, but also the tips or the resources to get you plugged into what you're looking for. So thank y'all for coming and hanging out with me and letting me get back into swing of things. It feels really, really good. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. Do something today my neighbor is walking in the snow to come bring us back something she borrowed, which is really, really sweet. Do something today that you have been putting off, that you're ready to say, hey, you know what? I'm doing this. So I love y'all. You have a good day.